Hello, my dear Miranda, and welcome to your relationship reading. Let me hide this control panel for you so you can see this chart. I've also actually added both copies of the charts that I used for this reading in your email so that you can look at them closer if you want to. So we are getting into, first and foremost, your synastry chart. Now, synastry charts take both of your different astrological setups, which are pretty much what your frequency is, and it combines them together in one place so you can see what effect you have on one another. The other chart I'm going to look at for you is called a composite chart, which actually shows what the purpose of the relationship is. This one is going to explain the way that your energies bounce off of each other and sort of the tone of the relationship for you. I'm going to explain that based on the parts of you guys that are most connected to each other, which are called conjunctions. The positive energies that sort of connect to each other, but also what you trigger in each other, so to speak. So since we had your birth time, the focus here will be on how your partner's energy affects you. So let's get started with this sun. Very obviously, the first thing that stood out to me was your partner's south node, which is a representation of where they're coming from. That is right next to your sun. This means that this is a karmic relationship, a karmic partnership. This used to be your wedding mate, so to speak, the person you were married to in a past life. And in this life, they have a reflection of who you are, who you were in that relationship. And for them, they are meant to go from that energy for you and dealing with all their dark stuff and the things that sort of had to be weaned out or balanced out karmically to, what is the word I want to say here? To your first house, sort of being, I don't want to say separate, but being at peace with this relationship. This is a relationship that did not end in peace the last life. And I say that especially because there are lots of karmic things here. Your partner's Neptune being in your 11th house means that you guys sort of had something that you were karmically meant to do for your legacy, something for your wishes and dreams, your financial goals, or even you having a friendship in some way, shape, or form, but it's meant to go from you guys being so detail-oriented in your relationship as far as your partner goes to allowing you to be who you actually are as a sensitive person, because it appears that part of you sort of hide, although that is your sprinkle of luck in life. This relationship might bring out parts of you that you feel need to be harder when that's really not the energy that you are innately born with because of this first house over here. So the next part I want to look at for you is your partner's sun across from your Venus. This means what you value in a partnership, this person is embodying for you. This is definitely another marriage type setup partnership, even long-term partnership where you guys don't have a specific name for each other, but it definitely is a trigger for greatness, for your creativity, for you learning to express yourself and really be backed up. I would imagine this person would be very inspiring for you with this here, because a lot of what you're meant to do on a regular basis requires you to be in touch with your passion and your drive in your day-to-day life for your job. Now, other things that stand out here is this person's Venus, which means that their value system and their wound are both in your house of creative expression. This means your words naturally soothe your partner. Just who you are, your essence of understanding them is something that has not been necessarily felt before. The Jupiter for your partner, which is the expansion, the growth, occurs when they step into your family. And for you, that heals a wound that you had in regards to family or you being able to express yourself in your family. Literally, that part of this chart connects to your career. The energy of it just feels like your partner really amps you up, really boosts you and help you to tell your story, because that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to go out into the world, tell your story. It's necessary karmically. And then for you to come back home and sort of type it all out, right? You are taking your life experiences and sharing it, and the experiences that are really being brought to your attention are with your partner. I say that also because your partner's Pluto, which is their power, their transformation, is in your 9th house. They're helping you to transform your beliefs. And as soon as you step into those beliefs, you're able to blend into this area over here, where you can see that this Uranus right here, which is your partner's radical change and sort of where they've been held off in life, is where you are already accomplished. Like something about what they wanted to do, you've already done. And that is what you're going to inspire your partner to do with this sort of energy going on here. This is a very transformative relationship in helping you to become more independent in your finances based upon where your partner's Mars is. This is helping you make money. This is helping you to see your worth, particularly. Like that's very strong here. You are learning your worth and your value in partnership, and your partner is learning how to value somebody in a partnership period. Both of you guys have your moons in Libra. So this is a karmic partnership, heavily, heavily, heavily. You are closing the chapter as far as learning a lesson, fixing what did not go right last time because you guys were too analytical of each other, which is actually what we're going to get into with this next chart. Now, the composite chart shows you the path of the relationship, like what you've already done in that sort of thing, as opposed to the other one that we were just talking about that showed how your energies merge. Now here, this is saying that you guys are going from a shady past, transforming your difficult past, anything that has to do with lying, poverty, manipulation, obsession, anything like that is being transformed for you guys to move into peace. That is the goal here, to go from chaos to stability. It is karmic that you guys create some form of legacy with each other, something that is in both of your names. Here we have 3 placements in Gemini. This is about speaking. You guys are, the issue that you guys had last time was communication. That is where your wound is, but also where the drive is. Like you guys would fight and argue with your words and then like make up with each other because you said something that was painful or something that you didn't mean to say, because words or communication is where the difficulty is karmically, you see that, tied for you guys. Now, the value that you both have here, the love in this relationship, is that you allow yourself to be yourselves, however silly that is, however childish or what's the word I want to use, motivational. You guys both find value in allowing yourselves to speak. That might have something to do with your childhoods where you did not get to speak like you wanted to or didn't get to communicate, but you guys are finding that comfort in yourselves because the sun, which is the identity of the relationship, is in Virgo. This is about healing. This is about partnership, and that is where your expansion and you guys meet in the middle with your minds and the way you communicate. This is analyzing details and coming together to help each other organize what didn't get taken care of beforehand. Now, there was a hold on your relationship in some way, shape, or form. So at least after 28 here, maybe you guys were both immature, or maybe you were both wanting to be single because of this Lilith and Sagittarius, which means like sort of flighty or sort of trying to be in multiple relationships at one time. But the radical change would happen when one of you moved, or somebody moved, or came locally, or you guys decided to stop running away from each other and really get down to it and talk to one another, because this was absolutely karmic. This is fated. There is no way around it. You are fixing a marriage that failed in another life. And this was really, really dope. So thank you for this opportunity, and let me know what questions you have.